Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings MMO again. If you guys didn't know, as you can see here, Amazon was like going to make like an MMO around 2021, but it got like cancelled. I don't know the full story because again, um, uh, we already have a Lord of the Rings MMO that's set in like the third world. I believe the third world is like with Gandalf and with all of the Lord of the Rings books is like set. I believe I am speaking under correction. I don't know about the Hobbit though. I think the Hobbit is before the Lord of the Rings, if I'm not wrong, right? Like the whole story of Lord of the Rings. But either way, they already have a Lord of the Rings online MMO. So my guess is this one is either going to be set in the first world or the second world. Because those are the two, there's also like a fourth world, but I'm not 100% sure what's going on over there. But I'm pretty sure the first world would be very good because there's like wingless dragons that you can have as like world bosses that would be so fucking good. Just spawns in and absolutely shreds your entire party, and it can't fly away, so the it doesn't have wings, so the animations is going to be a bit easier to control because you won't have a dragon flying. So all in all, this could be actually a really good game if they actually plan on like finishing it. So let's just see what Asmongold has to say about this.
A Lord of the Rings MMO, which is so weird to me because like I thought that this got canceled, and it did. It got canceled in 2021 or something like that, or 2020. Amazon is straight up making a Lord of the Rings MMO. Now, I have a lot of questions with this, and I'm not sure exactly where to even...
I wonder if he's going to think the same as me. Let's see.
...begin. But the first thing that I'm wondering about is this going to be a first age, second age, third age?
Okay. He's going with the term age now. He is right. I thought of it as like world, but okay. Age is the correct term. I'm so sorry.
MMO, is this going to be fourth age after the War of the Ring? By the way, is the third age.
Yeah.
So like, are we going to get Numenor? Are we going to get fucking what's it called, like Minas Tirith? If you want me to be honest, I would like to see the first or second age a lot more. I feel like the third age,
because the third age is fleshed out. We know what happens, and because there's like, is there 3 or 4 books about the third age? Then there's also like a game. There was like multiple games, right? There was like this old like Lord of the Rings game where you could be like a warrior, an elf, like a mage, or a dwarf. I don't know if you guys remember that like Lord of the Rings game, but I had it and I played the shit out of it. It was, in my opinion, it was really, really good. But yes, we've had 3 books. There's like 3 movies, extended movies. There's like an MMO about it. We've had like games throughout the years. So honestly, I'd like to see like a 4th age because I have no idea what the fuck is going on there. So I'd rather see that.
Age is so fleshed out. Like, we know all these characters. We know like everything is going to be. It's so much of like an agreed upon and like understood world that I think it would be boring to have an MMO inside of it. And I think that the mysticism of like the early first age with like fucking like Morgoth and these like gods and these dragons that don't have wings yet, like was it Glamrum? Is it Glamrum?
Yes.
I think it's Glamrum. Other things like that.
I don't know if that was his. I think you got the name a bit wrong, but yes, I understand. I understand who he's talking about.
I think that would be way fucking cooler, man.
It would, because it's something new. It's a new story. It's new everything. You don't know what's going to happen to these characters. It's all in all just better, and you can take so much liberty with it because there's no like 3 books dedicated to it. But I'm pretty sure there's books dedicated to it, but not as big as like the third age. There's no games about it. There's no movies about it. I think any other age except the third one would be a better choice because you can have so much creative liberty with it. Obviously, not that much because it obviously has to stick to like the timelines and so on. It's so complicated bullshit. But yes, I would rather have that than the third age. I really would.
Yeah, Glamron. Yeah, sorry, I forgot how to say the name. So you like Knights of the Old Republic.
His duck is there again. Why does it look like that?
Look, exactly.
Why does it have humps on it? Oh my god.
And I also really wonder about this because, like, we all know if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're a Tolkien fan, you know how restrictive Tolkien is with.
Like, I haven't read the books. I've watched the movies, like the extended movies. I haven't played through the game myself, but I've seen other people like play through it. I've been on YouTube. I've looked at like people like talking about the books, like going in depth on like how the books are. So my knowledge of it is above average, but I'm not like a dedicated Lord of the Rings fan. I just want to state that. I've like seen people talk about it. It's just like with Warhammer. I haven't read the books, but there is this guy and there's multiple people. But the main one I watch, I forgot his name. I think his name is like Warhammer something. He's like, God, I can't remember his name. But he does like shorts and like long videos explaining about like the Space Marines, the like all of the different like factions of the Space Marines, demons, the like the orcs, and he goes in depth. That is how I consume knowledge of anything because I get too bored reading the books, and I'd really rather just have someone compact everything into like a need to know basis of think of it as like sticky notes. Everything is crammed into like a couple of sentences, and with those couple of sentences, you'll be able to ace get about 60 to 70% on almost any test. Flash notes, that's what they're called. I'd rather have that than go through all of the time, like go through the amount of time that it takes to actually get immersed into it. I'd rather just get to know what I need to know, and then like if I enjoy it, I'll look into it a bit more. But if I don't, as long as I know the basics, I'm happy.
With the Tolkien estate is with the IP, and I am really curious to know how much they're actually even going to be able to use. I mean, I'll tell you this: I will play it no matter what.
Yes, I'm pretty sure everyone would play it because again, new MMO. Final Fantasy is still doing great, but I'm pretty sure it's died down because Shadowland. I forgot. Endwalker is like has been out for a while, so it's the hype around it has kind of like died down. WoW, I'm pretty sure the like Lightborn DLC expansion. I forgot what it's called. That has like died down. Or is it been released? Yeah, I think it's been released already, or it's coming soon. New World has died down at like spikes, and then it goes down quite a bit, spikes, then goes down again when there's a new update. Lord of the Rings MMO. I'm not like fully in the community, so I don't know much about what's going on with that game. So most MMOs is very quiet at the moment. If this game does come out and it's good, everyone's going to play it. Everyone and their mom and dad and even their grandpa, because he's like probably a Lord of the Rings fan, is going to want to play the game if it is something new. And if the story is good, if the gameplay is good, everyone's gonna play it.
A massive Lord of the Rings fan.
Guild Wars, that's the other MMO. Fuck me.
I fucking love Lord of the Rings. But at the same time, I don't know if it's really going to be good until we really see the gameplay and we see what's going to happen and everything like that. So overall, I actually had somebody that I know. I think that internally they're very excited about being able to do this. Right? They told me about this when the announcement came out. I am super fucking excited. But man, it'll be based off their show. I highly doubt it's going to be based off Rings of Power, man. This is like really, really like ancient knowledge, so I could be wrong about it. But wasn't the reason
Oh
why...
yeah, there was a Lord of the Rings TV show, that's right! I don't know what you guys thought of it, but like, my expectations for it was kinda low. But I'm happy to say that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it wasn't the best thing for me personally, but it wasn't that bad.
Gandalf didn't remember the two blue wizards' names, Alatar and Polando. Isn't the reason why he didn't remember their names in Lord of the Rings because they didn't have rights to the Silmarillion? So, and that was with the movies. In The Hobbit. Oh, was it The Hobbit? I forgot if it was the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. But yeah, it probably was The Hobbit. That would make more sense. So yeah, they only had the appendices. So I think that there are a lot of cases where I think Rings of Power would probably have the same issue too.
Yeah.
I just don't know entirely like what the scope of the IP that they are able to use is. My understanding is that a lot of what's from the Silmarillion...
I hope Lord of the Rings MMO has big titty. Big titty anime girls, then I play it. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Rings of Power doesn't have the ability to do. We need more.
Rings of Power is absolute trash. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, it wasn't the best, but it was at least something to actually watch. Like, to see whether or not they were going to ruin Lord of the Rings, or whether or not they were actually going to do something decent, but not great. Like, it wasn't that bad. You go and rewatch it, it's not great, but it's not that bad.
Morgoth? Well, I mean, Morgoth, like, my understanding is that, like, Morgoth is still in Arda, right? He's still in Middle-earth. He's just in, like, a, like, he's like recharging in a way. No, he's not. He's in the. He actually was in the void. Okay.
Okay.
So he's actually in the void. Monway put him in prison. I'm trying to remember. Like, it's been a very long time. It was a very long time ago. Okay. That I read a lot of this stuff, so I'd have to brush up on it and see it for myself.
Don't worry, Asmund. I have to go back and watch the videos again because I watched them like a year and a half ago to about a year ago. I can't remember everything.
Morgoth is like Sauron's boss. He's
yeah.
Like the Satan of
something like that, if I'm not wrong.
So yeah, he's basically like he's Sargeras. He's the main big bad guy. They confirmed the MMO is Third Age and not related to Rings of Power. Did they? Where's the information of where they confirmed it?
Please show us.
Look at Third Age. Third Age.
Not 34th.
Okay.
He was trying to go with Rule 34.
There you go. Yep, you're right about that. The game will be set in the mythical lands Third Age, which is the same time period of the events of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Well, fuck.
Okay, there we go. So it is going to be at that same time period.
Well, then I hope they do something at least different. But I guess they can't really, because if they do, it's going to contradict almost everything to the movies and the books. Fuck. Why'd they go with the Third Age? Were they trying to be safe? God, that's so disappointing.
I wonder, like, how much stuff they're going to be able to have. I don't know. It's the safe option. It is definitely
yeah, it's the safe option.
I understand why they would go with this, and it seems like it probably would be an easier thing to do.
It would, but again, it's so boring. It would really, it's really so fucking boring.
Like the restrictions of like the Tolkien.
They're going to pick Lord of the Rings Online and make it with better graphics, basically. Basically, yes. I want the big mines. The big mines?
Estate and everything. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. Fuck.
Excited, yes, but disappointed. It's in the same like age as the movies and the books and the Hobbit. It's kind of disappointing, and a Lord of the Rings Online MMO that we already have. So it's really kind of disappointing.
I don't know about this. I'm a big believer in Amazon's approach to business. They're not going to force it to ship if it's not ready.
Did you see New World?
mean, I think they kind of did that with New World. And
Exactly.
I think Lost Ark got shipped with like really bad like voice acting. I think they really did fuck that up. And they did delay Lost Ark because of the voice acting. That's the thing. I think the Third Age is overdone. I think so too.
It is.
I would have liked
There's books, there's movies, there's The Hobbit, then there's the Hobbit movies, there's games already. It's so overdone. I understand why it's a safer option, because it's characters that people already know. Like, you can introduce the characters that people already know and fell in love with. And so seeing them in an MMO with like high graphics is just and like being able to roleplay with them is going to make some people's like childhood come to life. I understand that, but at the same time, it's gonna be so fucking boring if you just go through book from The Hobbit to the end of the Lord of the Rings, because I'm pretty sure The Hobbit is like a prequel to Lord of the Rings. Could be wrong. I really could be wrong. My Lord of the Rings ring knowledge at the moment is very like vague, but I'm pretty sure it is a prequel. It is going to be so boring.
See first.
Especially if you know what's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure everyone that's going to play the game will know what happens, unless they do what they did with Final Fantasy VII Remake. And they change the story just a bit to make it a what-if game. The online aspect could maybe ruin it, like the story, but it could also be a brilliant idea. It really could.
Or Second Age more. Like, again, a good Lord of the Rings game that's actually like true to what Lord of the Rings is supposed to be, very hard to find. However, you know, like I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean? Lord of the Rings Online is great. Tried that MMO. Well, I think it's just like a really, really old game.
Yeah, it's very old.
Third Age is during The Hobbit. Yeah. I think the beginning of the Third Age was like after the fall of Numenor, right? Or was that after the fall of Sauron? I don't remember. It was after the fall of Sauron? Or Numenor? Yeah, I forgot which one. Sauron was the start of the Third Age. When Isildur cuts Sauron's finger off. Yeah, there you go. Are we going to get a Smeagol raid? Highly unlikely. I would not expect that.
But imagine him being like the mascot of it. Of like the game, like Paimon is to Genshin. Or like any mascot. I think that would be fucking cool. You just have like a little Smeagol, like chibi form running around. Oh god, it would be disgusting, but at the same time it would be very cute.
But yeah, I'm really, really excited to see what this game is going to be. I really, really, really hope it's going to be. Morgoth
fell, then Sauron disappears. Begins the Third Age. Oh, see, there we go. They're using New Worlds. What?
Good.
Azeroth engine, but they're expanding it. Arnor versus Anger. I don't know how you pronounce these names. Yeah, it would be cool. Okay.
Amazon, by the way, they are collecting all of the MMOs. So they're going to be publishing. They published New World. Or sorry, they made New World. They published Lost Ark. They're publishing Throne and Liberty.
I don't know what that game is.
Protocol. And now they're also making a Lord of the Rings MMO. This is 5 fucking MMOs. Holy shit.
That is insane.
They're making an Infinity Gauntlet, exactly. Yeah, it's insane,
what a way to
man.
put it.
I really hope that these games are going to turn out to be fun, man. Like, I'll probably play it no matter what for content, but I sure hope I enjoy having it happen. So yeah, Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings MMO. I am so excited.
It is very, very exciting. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think of it.